What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, I have mentioned this time and time again, of course, that gaming is about a community. It's about finding friendships, enjoying games, hanging out with buddies. That's what gaming is all about. Now, as we all know, when it comes to Activision and Blizzard, they have been incorporating a lot of really weird things into their games, and they've been pretty much combining everything that they're testing out in Overwatch with the Call of Duty formula as well. I mean, we've seen multiple things like, for example, the phone numbers being forced into play here, and if you don't have a top-tier phone plan, you can't even log in or access the game alone. And now we're seeing in Overwatch 2 that if you do decide to go ahead and play with any of your friends who are on a PC, or if you want to play crossplay, you are going to be subjected to no aim assist lobbies. Yes, you heard that correctly. So if you are playing on a console and you have any friends who decided that they wanted to go ahead and pick up a PC and that's where they play now, if you want to go ahead and actually squad up with these individuals and enjoy a gaming experience with them, you are going to be forced to have no aim assist in a game that revolves around a lot of shooting. And like I said a little bit earlier, this really stresses me out because it seems that Activision Blizzard have no borders, have no barriers around certain titles. They are basically just implementing these absolutely insane features across the board. Despite if it's going to affect a game in a specific way or not, they're implementing it for every single type of experience. So it makes me worry that sometime down the road, Call of Duty is going to end up with this horrible mechanic as well. And I do want to make it very clear that this commentary is not about the debate whether, an aim assist is aimbot or mouse and keyboard is aimbot because you get your whole arm. I'm not here for all of that nonsense. I've always been the type of person who says that, you're good with what you got. If you are good with a controller, you can beat a keyboard and mouse player. If you're good with a keyboard and mouse, you can beat a controller player. I've been on both and I've beaten both. It's not impossible. You master aim assist with a controller. You hone in the skills of that. And with a mouse and keyboard, you master using your arm. There's no differences. You either master it or you don't master it, right? But the point that I'm trying to make here is the social life of these games. All of these experiences, it's social before competitive. Competitive was never that massive of a scene back in the day. It was big, but the reason that people got into gaming was to enjoy their time, relax, unwind, play with friends. MLG gaming has become more of a big thing nowadays, but the core of what gaming has always been about should still, to this very day, be about the social aspect of the game. Of course, slight competition. You hop into a game of S&D in Modern Warfare 2, yeah, you're going to compete a little bit. But man, just the community, the talks that you have, everything about that game was more interesting than nowadays where everybody's just being, very simple, everybody's quiet, everybody's sweating their nuts off, and that's all you get out of every single experience in these games. But back to the point that I'm trying to make here. In Overwatch 2, if you do decide that you want to play with your buddies who are not on the same platform, who might be on PC and you're on console, you have to go ahead and have no aim assist in that game. Now, in Overwatch 2, I got to be honest, there are ways for controller players to work around this because the game isn't strictly all around, just straight up FPS shooting. There's tons of different heroes that you can use to benefit from. But it still takes away a lot of the variety, and it puts you at a massive disadvantage. While keyboard and mouse players will have the option to choose all the heavy DPS players, controller players, they might have to opt out if they know they're playing with, keyboard and mouse players, because there's no possible way they're going to be able to efficiently compete. Now, I have seen a lot of good players who don't require aim assist, but again, I'm not talking about individuals who, put forth the effort and time, a lot of hours to master. I'm talking about the casual side of these games, the social side of these games. People who don't have the time to put in that amount of time to master no aim assist because they just want to hop on and play the game a little bit with their buddies. Those individuals are being completely thrown in the trash right now, and it sucks. And I understand, mouse and keyboard players, they're probably pretty happy about it. I could see why, because aim assist can be a little tedious to go up against here and there. But again, it's a video game. It's not going to end my world. And it's only going to make my life harder when it comes to actually enjoying the experience with my friends. In the past, it was always skill-based matchmaking. That's one of the biggest reasons why I can't play with my friends when it comes to Call of Duty or pretty much any game that I could possibly think of, because the competition becomes way too sweaty. I'll be honest, when I do go solo or when I do play with, more sweatier players as well, I like to compete a bit when it comes to COD. But then that transfers over to all of my buddies. Anybody who might play the game maybe like once a month. I have friends who don't even touch COD. They might play COD like 2 times a year, and they will not even consider hopping on anymore, because if I want to play with them, guess what? Those people who only play 2 times a year, who, barely have any stats in the Call of Duty scene right now, the modern COD games, they are put up against 3, 4, insane KD players who know all the movements, absolute movement kings, insane accuracy. That's who they have to verse, completely taking them out of their element, If it was ranked, I would understand, but I'm just trying to casually play the game with my friends, so it makes no logic. So not only is skill-based matchmaking completely ruined the social aspect of what gaming is all about, but now they're starting to slowly implement no aim assist for console players if they do decide to play crossplay with any PC buddies. They are literally 110% killing everything about social FPS gaming. And in Overwatch 2, we lucked out a little bit. Like I said, a couple of minutes ago, it has more than just, straight up FPS players. There's all types of heroes that you can play around with to try and enjoy. So if you do, want to squad up with your PC buddies, there's always something that you could still do without aim assist that you can excel at. But if we're transferring this crap over to Call of Duty, there's no way around it. Some games can go without aim assist, and others, there's not a possible chance. I could never imagine a day in my life competing against a bunch of sweatlords or anybody who has a mouse and keyboard with a controller in Call of Duty without aim assist. And that's coming from me playing on controller. I've been a controller player my whole life. I've been a sweat on console my whole life as well. I can't imagine going against a PC player without aim assist. There's not a chance in this world. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It's the same thing for, Rainbow Six Siege, for example. There's people who plug in keyboards and mouses on that all the time, and it ruins the ranked experience, in my personal opinion, because it's hard for the controller players to compete. Games like Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, even Battlefield, it's a really fast time to kill. In Overwatch, we're spared a little bit. It's team-based, You're going to have 2, 3 people sometimes focusing and honing in on one individual to take away all their health. You don't have to hit all your shots. As long as you and your team can synchronize nicely, you can overcome pretty much any opponent. But in COD, Battlefield, Rainbow, pretty much any of these games, Insurgency, Sandstorm, I can name 50,000 of them. All the games that, you mostly see on this channel. The time to kills are very quick. Even in Treyarch's longest time to kill games like Black Ops 4 or Black Ops Cold War, the time to kill is still way faster than anything like Overwatch. One person can take down another person in a few shots. It is what it is. So every moment counts. And with no aim assist, that makes your job 10 times more difficult. And honestly, it's going to make it more campy as well, because instead of people having, the confidence boost of knowing that they can, have a little assist while they're running and gunning, they're going to hold angles more. They're going to hold spots more. They're going to hold, positions that they can line up their crosshairs so they don't have to move the right analog stick at all to try to compensate for anything. It just kills the overall environment of what this game is all about. Like I just said, I have friends who barely play COD, but they will gladly hop on and experience the game with me because I'm their homie. They'll play a couple of matches, but it'll instantly put a bad taste in their mouth because of skill-based matchmaking. So do you think it's going to be a chance that they'll even push past skill-based matchmaking if they know that they're not going to have that aim assist? They're already going up against all these sweatlords just to experience the game with me. They're going through all that crap. Now, not only do I have to go against, sweatlords who are also on keyboard and mouse as well, but now they don't have aim assist to even try to combat all of that nonsense. I don't know if I'm going to see my friends on these games anymore. Same thing even when I'm streaming. For those who don't know, I stream pretty much every day over on Twitch. If you guys want to check that out, the link to that is down in the description of this video. Awesome family over there. But we pretty much stream, usually only COD and, sometimes Battlefield on the occasion. Right now, we're mostly playing World War III, and we're also going to be checking out the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign on Thursday when that goes live, so you guys want to check that out. Like I said, it'll be on my stream. But every single time we play a game, we do open lobbies. It doesn't matter what game it is. It could be a Battle Royale. It could be a multiplayer game. If you guys own the game, you are literally always welcome to squad up with me. It doesn't matter. We have open lobbies. And even when we have open lobbies, it's troublesome for some players to even get into our experiences because they don't want to deal with all that sweat. They don't want to tolerate all that nonsense. And I don't blame them whatsoever. If they're trying to kick back and relax, the last thing they want to do is have to, be on the edge of their seat 24/7 trying to, win a singular gunfight. That's not enjoyable whatsoever for them. And now on top of that, there's a chance they might not have aim assist. I just can't imagine that becoming an actual thing in this community. You guys let me know. Do you guys think that's okay? Do you think it's bad? Honestly, in Overwatch 2, I think it's just a really bad decision. It's going to ruin so many experiences with friends. A lot of people who don't own the same platform. Some people have chose PCs over consoles. Some people have chose consoles over PCs, and me personally, I chose PC over console right now, which means I can't play with my console friends on Overwatch 2 because of that exact reason. Now, again, we wiggle by it a little bit, but pretty much half of the catalog of heroes is gone without aim assist. I'm gonna be real, a lot of that game comes down to accuracy and being able to land shots on a lot of characters. And, if you can't do that, it sucks. The things that you could do are limited, and even though you can still play, it's not as fun as playing without a PC player, and playing on your own in only console lobbies where you get the whole game at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing's going to happen in COD, they're going to gravitate away from weapons that people might enjoy. If you have no aim assist, if you're playing with a PC player, you might say, okay, screw it. I'm not even going to bother trying to run an SMG or an AR where I have to land a few more shots up close. I'm just going to run a shoddy, forget it. I'll just run a shoddy. I'll have a sniper and just hold one line of sight. You'll completely change your playstyle, which sometimes is good. It makes you use variety, but you're not, trying variety because you want to expand your horizons. You're trying variety because you're basically being forced into that position. You're trying to survive here. That's not the way to go about things, especially in a game that's made for your entertainment. I don't like this change in Overwatch 2. I think they should revert back. PC players, I don't think will have a problem, even though, aim assist is a little bit of a pain sometimes. I feel like we can still counter it. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys personally think, because I know a lot of PC players do not like aim assist whatsoever, and they think it will ruin the overall experience. So let me know. Seriously, let me know. Same thing with console players. Let me know. And how would you feel if they introduced this into Call of Duty? Activision Blizzard have been transferring all of these, things from one game to the other. What happens if they decide to transfer this feature into COD? I mean, I'm a tad bit worried, but at the end of the day, we'll have to see how the future turns out for this game. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bums, I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so: Twitter and Discord, put the link down in the description. And also, if you want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.